Hey everybody, Self-Care Challenge Day 9. We are talking about emotions today. As usual, let me share into our groups. So the acronym of self-care, the first letter E in self stands for emotions. And even my other acronym of best you, the E in best, also stands for emotions, where we cover the emotions. And of course then, sacral chakra healing for today. The sacral chakra literally governs our emotions, right? So definitely all fitting for today. My apologies as I again attempt to multitask while sharing the live. I'm excited for the day that we can just reach all the areas at the same time. It'll be stinking amazing, right? One more, and then I will refocus on us right here, right now. Perfect. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. There she is. Hey, love. Hi, Iona. Thank you for hopping on with me. I enjoyed spending that time with you on your live too. So hit the table, trying to move. Again, covering emotions today. The sacral chakra governs our emotions. And in the Soul Legacy Academy and Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, in the Soul Legacy Journal, Iona talks about intentional living code. So she also has an acronym, right? Cheers to financial freedom. And the second E in, H, I got stuck on E's, the letter H in cheers stands for health. So Health Freedom Tuesdays, right? And they coincide because she talks about mental health, emotional health, physical health, all the healths, right? Social, spiritual, all the things. Toya, hi, girl. I have not seen you in a while. Hey, Coach, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. Good to see you. I've been thinking about you lately, too. And it says multitasking. I'm trying. It's really not my given skill, but doesn't mean I can't improve with some practice, right? Toya says both coaches. Yes. Oh, I love it. Oops, the table. Yeah, sorry about that if the whole thing went wonky for a moment. Toya says, I miss you both. I missed you. Oh, it's so great to see you. How are you? Iona says, hey, Toya, it's so good to see you. See, this is exciting. How nice. See, emotional health just quickly raises the vibration, added some excitement to the energies. Fantastic. See, Iona says, yes, I miss you too. Y'all are my fave. Thank you. And you. Oh, this is amazing. Yay. Soul Team is back. Boom. Right? That's what we're talking about. Calling it all in. I'm almost in tears. Oh my God. Oh, girl. I hope it's happy, exciting love tears you got going on over there because I'm feeling like so much love. For reals. I feel that, right? Oh, man. It's like the best emotion is that of love, isn't it? That love and that excitement, that shared energy. It is so beautiful. I swear it could clear out any gunk, any gunk in the world, right? Oh, man. No, I'm feeling them. Just breathing into it. Oh. Even happy good tears. I'm going to be able to speak since I'm on this live. I'm just saying. Yes, happy tears. Fantastic. I assumed because I don't know that I could feel so much joy and if you weren't. You know what I mean? That might not work out so well. So what a great way to really what's the word I'm looking for? Celebrate our emotions and health freedom today and some of that social freedom too. It's like this kind of feels like just a gathering, a social hour almost as we journal through our emotions on the Energy Healing Lifestyle Journal, right? It's very important to have the smiles, to have the love, to take care of ourselves, to share time together, to not always do things alone, not just the struggles doing alone, but to be able to share and celebrate the happy moments too, right? So important. Talk about self-care. Boom. Love it. Anna says, I have the biggest beam on my face. What a smile. Fantastic. I can feel myself too. I feel like I'm gleaming. Natalia says, oh, there's new WhatsApps. There. WhatsApps. There's new ones? Did I understand that right? Like I have an old WhatsApp I just choose for my kiddo, but are you still on, is it Telegram? I think I saw you on Telegram, right? Sharing, was it a story? I'm not familiar yet with all the cool things on the apps, but how neat. So thank you for sharing that. So in addition for today, right, I want to talk a little bit about the sacral chakra. So if you guys have do you still have, or did you get your free chakra chart and your free chakra healing cheat sheet? I think the chakra healing cheat, well, both really, but the chakra healing cheat sheet really helps us in these days of self-care because it's just something we can glance at quickly. And depending on how our day is going, how much time we feel we have to give to ourselves, right? Sometimes we can really set aside a good chunk of time. And there's other times where it's like, I'm in a hurry today, but we don't want to lack on the self-care, right? So orange, right? Because the color orange resonates with the sacral chakra. So even something as simple and quick as wearing something that is orange that resonates with that chakra for the day can help us with that alignment, right? Just take a moment to set the intention and to be mindful of it and allow yourself to receive the resonance of that energy so it can align, if that makes sense. Because sometimes we miss it in our consciousness. So it's not that it's not still occurring, but we don't necessarily notice the full benefit. And oftentimes when we're dismissing and avoiding and not receiving the full benefit, then it can still, because our mind can play tricks on us, it can still allow us to lead to that feeling of like burnout, struggle, and frustration, right? So really be mindful and give yourself the credit, have that gratitude for your day when you're like, I was paying attention today. I gave myself, self-care. I wore my orange shirt, and we don't blow it off and dismiss it and like, well, it's just an orange shirt and I just put the shirt on. Like really give yourself the kudos. I paid attention. I wore the shirt and I allowed that energy to resonate. I worked on my sacral chakra today. Sometimes we need more than that, but something is better than nothing, right? Iona says we still have a Telegram. Yes, we do. Telegram, yes. Perfect. Thank you. Iona says I'm not on WhatsApp. I wanted to delete mine so bad. I tried to get my kid to switch over to the Telegram, and he won't do it. And they share with me baby pictures on there and videos. So I can't delete it, but I don't use it for anything else, just the fam. Yay. Haha, I didn't wear my orange shirt. That's okay, right? Just one example. It's just one example. Sometimes it's a crystal that we use or jewelry that we use. I like to wear it actually has kind of, can you see that? My chakra bracelet kind of covers all the colors there a little bit. I like wearing that as well. Some other things that we can use that's orange. We could eat orange foods. What else? Anything with the color, really, whether it's clothes, a blanket, just allowing yourselves to resonate with that orange color. The element of the sacral chakra also is water. So giving yourself, time to be in the space or energy of water. So whether it's your shower, just being mindful and connecting with and allowing yourself to receive the energy of the shower, right? Because again, we can block the energy quickly. So I'm glad we're having this conversation. We can quickly block energy. So I could go get in the shower. I can remember the days of trying to rush, right? Oh, I have to hurry up. I got to get up and I got to go to work. And I got to get a shower. And I go, right? So I get up and I jump in the shower and I'm just trying to hurry up and get done what I need to get done and thinking about what I need to do next. What am I going to wear? Do I have my clothes ready? Am I going to make it to work on time? What am I going to grab for lunch that day? And whatever it may be. Like you're just in this mode in your mind. So while your hamster wheel is spinning in your mind of all the things that you have to do, you're blocking out all the things you could be receiving in those moments. So it's not even a time thing. It's not even not having time. It's not allowing ourselves to take the time off the hamster wheel to receive it. Taking a shower anyway. I don't need to think about my next move. I can be present in that moment, receiving the water as it's washing over my body, right? Whether it's a shower, bath, however. But allowing myself the time I'm already there, right? Allowing myself to receive that energy, allowing myself to be mindful and aware that that water is setting the intention to wash even my energy field, not just the physical body, but the energetic body. Each time I take a drink of my water, being mindful of what it feels like going down, right? That is clearing away even the energy on the inside and how it's nourishing and fulfilling my physical body, because most of our body is water. So refilling that. Love that. Thank you. Foot spa later just saying, there you go. Love that too. Toya says, I thought today was solar chakra. Oh my God. No worries. That's tomorrow, but that's good. Saw you today. Come back tomorrow. It's perfect. All in perfect timing. It is Tuesday, right? I'm going to check myself. It is Tuesday, right? Because Tuesday, Tuesday sacral, Wednesday solar plexus. And I'm not being funny because I do lose days. Like I have to check myself. Oftentimes I go back and I look at the video I did before to make sure that I'm on the right day. Or my mom will ask me what day it is. I'm like, I don't know. So I get my phone to check. I don't know. I don't keep track of days very well, days or time. So thank goodness for these things around me that I can check in with. Iona says it's lovely working from home as healers and taking longer for a shower or a bath. I agree. Exactly. And anytime, like obviously I'm not going to do it right in the middle of this live, but before or after at any time during the day, in between whatever I'm doing, I can go outside and get in nature when I want to or need to, right? Instead of getting up in the mornings now to do that rush. Either way, I drink coffee still in the mornings, right? Much less than I used to, but I still drink coffee in the morning. So getting up in the morning, depending on the time, if I stay up at 4 a.m., I just stay in the room and be quiet because my mom is still sleeping. But if it's like later where I don't feel like I would be rude if she woke up because I walk between the rooms or walk outside because she sleeps in the living room. So that in the door to the outside is right in the living room. So there's like no sneaking by that. Then I can go outside with my coffee and I can check on my garden with my coffee. And I love, not going to lie, I love starting my day like that. To me, that's like a perfect way to start the day. Just getting out in nature, enjoying the fresh air, looking at the garden, just basking in that energy. And to me, it's a beautiful start for the day. Wintertime, I'll have to find my way, but I still haven't found what I love in the winter, other than not being in it. Being silly. But yeah, we can take the time that we need, and I do love that, and not getting stuck in the hustle and bustle. The water experiment. Are you talking about the one where they kind of look under the microscope and even the words that we use and like they talk about, we talk about blessing and healing our water because that type of energy that you share with the water, if you look under a microscope, it changes and you can see changes in it. And same for plants. They've done an experiment with plants as well. So when you think of emotions and the power of emotions, and then tomorrow we talk more with words as well, but the power of words and how it affects our emotions, meaning also the words in our head. So the power of thought and how it affects our emotions and how it affects the water. So if you think that in blessing the water, and I can see under the microscope how this water changes, right, with the blessing, and we are mostly water. So how does the water within us change when we have those blessings and that healing and that gratitude and that love, right? And again, same with the plants. There's been experiments done with words and plants. When you speak all the love to one plant, it flourishes and it blooms and it just does very well. But when you speak the bullying and the hate and the icky, gross stuff to another plant, it literally kills it. It's amazing. And then when we think energy isn't a thing, right? Iona says, yeah, it was Tuesday for me anyways. I know we're going to, whether it is or not, it's Tuesday. It's being funny. Toya says, yes, my brain twisted. I feel you. Mine does it too, girl. Mine does it too. Iona says, I announced Wednesday on my live at first. Did you? I missed that part. I missed it. It's a thing and it's fine. We just move through it anyway. Because freedom to do our light work. Exactly. And that's what's more important. They say time is an illusion anyways, right? So other than trying to make it to our appointments on time, it really kind of doesn't matter. I love how you launch your day. That is so intentional. Thank you. I love that too. I do love that. Except when winter, right? Winter. Yeah, I don't love that. Not gonna lie. Yep, the words and water and energy. Yeah, it's powerful, isn't it? Very powerful. I haven't seen the one on plants. I'll try to find it. I think there's a thing on YouTube. Exactly, the water within us and higher vibration. 1,000,000%. So can you imagine that when we drink, like I said, I drink coffee, but then most of the rest of the day I'm drinking water. So I am intentional, also paying attention to how much water I drink and drinking enough of it throughout the day, because the coffee I drink does have caffeine in it. I know you had said that sometimes you drink decaffeinated coffee, but anything with caffeine can dehydrate us, right? So again, imagine how that can affect our energy. And I think of that with foods that we eat too, right? Like lots of vegetables that are kind of mostly water for them as well. So as we bless our food and then we receive that, and we bless our water and we receive that words, and then same with ourselves and giving ourselves that energy and increased vibration. Yeah, I drink decaf. I honestly, I haven't had any in weeks. Has it been weeks? Wow, it's amazing. Although again, I don't know that I'll give up my last couple cups of coffee in the morning, but I will give myself credit, because I used to, and I'd share this with you, Iona, that I used to drink a couple years ago like 2 pots of coffee in a day. So 1 pot in the morning and then another pot like afternoon, evening. It's amazing that I could still sleep well with all that caffeine, but unfortunately your body adjusts and it, like builds a tolerance to it. I'm down now to half of a pot in the morning, and that's it. I don't drink coffee the rest of the day. So, which I had stopped drinking coffee in the afternoons, evenings. That's been quite a while. Maybe even, has it been a year? I don't have the date in mind, but it's been a while. So, and then my 1 pot in the morning, I was decreasing, and I got to 3/4 of a pot, and then I went to half a pot. And I think I shifted a little too quickly for I don't know. I didn't prepare or heal myself or whatever it was to be ready for that, but it really made me kind of wonky. So I brought it up a little bit, almost kind of an in between the quarter or the half and the 3/4. So I just recently bumped it back down to half, and I'm doing okay with that right now. So I'm excited. Not that I personally don't feel like coffee is a terrible thing in moderation, but a pot of coffee is too much a day for one person. I'm sorry. Iona says, "No, I want some." I'm laughing. I shouldn't laugh. I'm so sorry. You have done so well. Thank you. Iona says, "It's a long time as a result of health freedom, and it's amazing, right?" It is amazing. I skipped one. I'm excited. Yay! Exactly, in moderation. And that's like, I feel like that's true for most things in our life, right? Not that I would say, I mean, I could go off on other tangents of poisons and things. And when I say poisons, I mean like sometimes what we put on plants, or, we think that it's going to preserve the life of a plant and it doesn't. And it's really poison. And then we don't get it cleaned off, or it's grown into the plant because it was fed that throughout its cycle, and then we eat that, right? And then we're receiving that poison. But yeah, health freedom. So eating clean. I'm still working on the eating clean, right? Meaning, because where my life is right now, I have to balance, and I'll just say balance and work with what I have, right? But it's going considerably better now than before. So it's very nice, and I receive and am aware of the progress as we move on as well, including with the emotions. Toya says, yeah, that's fantastic. Iona says, I love eating clean, 80%. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, how things are improving, even on the emotional aspect. So being mindful of my own and keeping my own clear, and then realizing how I show up with other people. So like, again, caring for my mom, being able to see that if I am off, meaning my energy is off, or my emotions are off, or my thoughts are going in, a very negative, working against me kind of way, and that's the energy I bring to my mom, she quickly gets that right back, and then it builds up with me more. So Iona, I can say this now because you've seen the movie. Excuse me, in the movie, The Celestine Prophecy, it kind of shows that process in a different example, but it shows that process between two people, right? You have, I think it showed like a green energy that was more like in flow and loving. And then it shows they use the color of red to show that like power control. So when we show up wonky and icky, it would be like that red energy, right? And then it just reaches out and it kind of pulls and feeds. And then the other person shares that same type of energy back, and it just builds. And who wants to build that icky type of energy which again, when I'm saying energy, emotions, right? Who wants to build the emotions of frustration? Who wants to build the emotion of irritability or anger and icky? No one, right? No one. We want it to be clear. We want that green energy of love. We want that green energy of support. We want that green energy of gratitude. We want to build that together. So again, being intentional, as Iona teaches, the intentional living codes of what I am doing for myself and mind, body, spirit in my health, right? Contribution, how it affects my contribution, my emotions, my environment, right? All the things and my relationships to be to be able to show up in that energy so we can build with that, because that's the energy we want, right? Again, my monthly call, the collective energy clearing monthly Zoom call, keeping our energy clear, and it starts here with us, right? And then we share out into the collective and build on that. Let me see. Sorry, what am I rant? Iona says progress is good. Thank you. I think so, right? No blame, shame, and guilt. Iona says emotional eating is tons better for me now, and I give myself grace. Fantastic. Fantastic. Same here. I notice it, and then I set certain intentions. So in times, I will decide not to, and then other times, like you said, I will give myself grace and be like, you know what, I've been doing really well. I'm aware of it. I'm not just going to splurge. I'm going to go with moderation and intentionally allow myself to have this little bit of whatever it may be and not get stuck. Because for me, emotional eating means like grab a bag of like chips and just eat. I'm not looking at serving sizes. I'm not using a bowl or a plate. I'm using the bag, right? The bag is a serving. And I don't mean serving, I mean serving, right? So that's very different to take it with those intentions and to eat and choose and be mindful instead of just hamster wheel, automatic feed mode type of thing. That to me is emotional eating, that automatic feed mode. Hannah says, I'm going to watch that again. Yeah, like a blue green and then the red orange. Yeah, exactly. But I thought, what a great visual, because again, I'm a visual person. And that's what I really liked about the movie is how they were able to, because it's difficult, I find still, for people who, especially if it's completely a new, I'll say concept, to learn about energy and how energy is shared and how we build it and the difference in it and how we are it and how just shifting, like you talk about, Iona, with the vibrations, how we shift our frequency, our vibration, how we're able to see things differently, right? So again, in that moment, I just saw, share both the names, Bill? Dude. They're all dude. Saw dude standing when he thought that the guards or whomever were going to get him, right? Like he thought he was in full surrender, like I'm busted, this is it. And just in that moment, there was like this moment of a massive epiphany, awakening moment, if you will, and then it used the scenery to show like this brightness where you could just see the light. And it showed a little bit of like evolution as well. And you could see the light and the brightness in that moment. And with that full surrender into that moment, and with that vibration so high, it was like his vibration was up above and beyond the 3D, the physical, right? Because the guards walked right by like they didn't even see him, as if he completely disappeared. So to me, that's amazing for a visual to allow me to comprehend better. And then it's easier to explain it in that way if someone else can see it, if that's how they learn, because we all learn differently. But again, thanks for the tangent. Iona says, and I didn't ask Toya if you're still on here with us. Have you seen that movie or read the book, The Celestine Prophecy? I'm just curious. Let me know. Iona says, so true. I'm working on holding my energy. Sorry, I can't read very well, guys. I need a glass of energy since then, actually, without making that connection. Holding my energy. I'm working on, oh, right. Then actually, without making that connection. Got you. And holding that energy is another thing, isn't it? Because sometimes as we're creating the new habit of setting intentions and living more intentionally, it's like having to remind ourselves to keep coming back, and then we lose the connection, right? We get to it, and then mind, brain, human, we lose the connection. And that's another big point, because they do talk about that too in the movie, right? Is holding that connection and staying in that place. And I do love that. I am excited for the call. I am too. Very. Again, evolution, right? And this is another piece that's evolving. So much is evolving, and actually kind of quickly lately, huh? Because we are on it. Yay for the rants. Thank you. I'm glad you see it that way. Iona says, same, I notice, and I do or don't intentionally most of the time, right? Because what I like is when you set the intentions and then you create the habit, and then that becomes your habit, that becomes your automatic, that becomes your quick go-to, and then we can move through things and flow even quicker because it's smoother, because we didn't have the humanness and the old habits getting in our way, pulling us back. Serving size, right? That's massive. It is massive. And it was interesting with Mom and the new diet. It's not a completely new diet, but now that we are like documenting very meticulously her sodium intake, and what she ate before was like blows me away to really look at and count the sodium. Like, wow. So in her learning too, and really it was interesting in that process to be able to talk about, but this is a serving size, and we bought the spoons, like serving spoons literally, that have different sizes on them, so it makes it a little bit easier to keep track of those serving size. You get a quarter of a cup or your half a cup or however many ounces, and really then for her to have that visual, like, oh, this is how much that is, where before it was just like, you fill a plate, and a plate was a serving, sort of. Yeah. It's interesting when you don't pay attention than when you finally do. Iona says, oh, the heart space pivot up to green and lower red. Exactly. Exactly. Heart space, the green, right? Space of love. Exactly. And the red being the root chakra, which is very 3D, which is about that inhumanness, power and control, safety, security. That was amazing. I thought of Earth Angels. I love it. Anna says, what's the name? Or I'm sorry, Toya says, what's the name? The name of the book is The Celestine Prophecy. I don't think I have the main one anymore. I loaned it and did not get it back, but I'm not upset because, right, things happen as they should, and people get what they need, and I'm okay with that. It's hard. There is a movie. I have a movie on a DVD at home. And we have 2 books I can show you here. We have a couple things left. I have the DVD movie at home, which I'm at my mom's now, so I don't have it here. You can find it online. If you want to watch it, let me know. I'll find you a link that you can try. And I say try because for some reason, mainly, at least that I'm aware of in the United States, because that's where I'm at, right? They're blocking it from letting us stream it. Weird. This one is called The 12th Insight. And it's one of the, it's like an add-on to the Celestine Prophecy. So the Celestine Prophecy covers up to what they call insights, 9 insights. There's a book of the 10th, the 11th. This is the 12th. I used to have them all again, but I've loaned some out, and this is what I have left. And then I had gotten this one, if you can see it. It's the Celestine Prophecy, the Experiential Guide, which is really interesting too, because it will take you through. I'm going to look at it again because it's been years. But when I was learning, especially, because, yeah, when you go back, sometimes it's like, I don't really need that anymore because, I learned it. But then sometimes you still find things that you can learn again. So I'm going to look again since that came back up. But yeah, again, I can shoot you a message as well. Thank you, Iona. I was like, how can I show it? I could put it on a banner maybe. Celestine Prophecy. Yep, that right there. Celestine Prophecy. Can someone write the name in the chat? Thank you. Perfect. Perfect. Were you able to see that okay, Toy? You can probably see it where you're at as well, huh? Yeah, staying in that energy, even when the human world is a distraction. Exactly. And especially when the human world, as you say, is a trigger, right? When it hits those emotional triggers. So sacral chakra healing, the energy in our sacral chakra, when that's clear and balanced, when something could potentially trigger us for our emotions to get all wonky. If we're nice and clear and grounded and we've released some of that stuff and healed through some of that stuff, then it's not the same effect, right? We don't get that push and pull feeling. We don't go off on that wobble feeling. We're more secure. I was going to add something, it went away, so that's okay. Iona says, yep, the intentional habits. We are on it. Absolutely. Do you see it? I wrote it about your message. I think that's right. Celestine Prophecy. Thank you. You did it again. Yep. Okay, perfect. I watched it on YouTube. Fantastic. I'm thinking YouTube I couldn't watch it on. I had to find it on a completely different website because I tried to send that website to you, Iona, and it wouldn't even, Messenger wouldn't receive it. It wouldn't send it. It was really weird. I'm about to pull it up. Fantastic. Let me know if you can find it. She says, okay. And again, if you can't, I'll go back and look and try to find the one that I watched on. I think I might have bookmarked it. Worst case, I'll send it to you with gaps in between the letters. So maybe it'll go through and then you can just, stick it in there. We'll find a way. 12, I thought, said 10th. Yep. Yeah. So in the original, I don't think they did any more movies to my knowledge. They only did that one movie. But book-wise, there's the 10th, and then there's the 11th, and then the 12th. Yeah. Again, it's been years. I mean, it's been out for quite a while. The 90s, I believe, is when it came out. Probably ahead of its time, like most things. It's interesting to me because it's listed under fiction. I'm like, well, that's a good way to get it out there. Awesome. Right. Iona says, thanks for sharing. Absolutely. Yeah. And a trigger, right? Got the movie. Fantastic. Thanks for letting me know, Toya. And when you get a chance to watch it, let me know what you think of it. I still watch it because each time I watch it, now, warning, if you will, it's considered a B movie, right? It's not like what we might be used to watching as far as Hollywood style, where a whole lot of money is spent it's considered a B movie. But it gives so many good points in there and reminders just about life and energy and our decisions and following our intuition and just all the things. So I still watch it. I will still go back and see it, because sometimes I just need that reminder that this is how energy flows and that sometimes that phrase, things are not always as they seem. Let me know when you run across that one because it's so spot on. Iona says, enjoy. Let us know how you find it. I only watched it a few days ago. I found it fantastic. It was ahead of its time. Agree. Absolutely was ahead of its time, which is why I think it was listed as a fiction book because it's definitely beyond fiction. But yeah, for it to reach the shelves back then, that was probably the method they had to take. There's even a meditation. How cool. I love it. I'm watching after I journal. Fantastic. I'm really excited to hear what you think of it. There are some, I didn't think about it because I've seen it so many times, but Iona brought it to my attention since she had just seen it. There are some violence pieces in the movie. So just so you're aware of that. Yeah, I don't want to give it all away though, because if you're going to watch it, then I already shared a bunch of the stuff about the movies. How cool. So let me wrap up here, ladies. I could sit on here all day, but I won't do that because I want to be mindful and respectful of your time as well. So on the chakra healing cheat sheet, excuse me, I covered the color and the different many ways that we can use colors to help resonate with our chakras and the healing. Don't forget about solfeggio frequencies. Again, I have my tuning forks. I have not tested out microphones that I have just yet on that. Probably take me a little while. But for sacral chakra healing, the solfeggio frequency that resonates with the sacral chakra is 417 hertz. If you want to journal a little bit more for sacral chakra specifically, the words I feel. So whether you want to make that an affirmation, so you can set intentions of how you want to feel. I feel happy. I feel joy. I feel unconditional love. You can do that. And or if you want to do some exploration for yourself, you can just kind of go inward and ask yourself, right? Because we do those check-ins to be aware, assess, and align where we're at. How do I feel? What am I feeling? And that could be emotionally, it can be physically. Either one is fine because one feeds into the other. And again, elemental healing. So the element for the sacral chakra, again, is water. So whether we're drinking water, whether we're bathing in water, whether we're sitting by water and just enjoying the energy of it, right? Even watching meditations or movies or different sounds. There's such a variety of options on YouTube available to us, right? So we can watch a video of water and just be in that energy and receive. That is amazing. Let's see. Iona says, BRB love to watch the replay. Parts I miss. No worries. I'm leaving soon. Love you billions. I love you billions. See you soon, Toya, Iona says. And I'm going to wrap up as well. Also, don't forget to check the description box. So we have some links in there available to you, or the comment section for the link for the free monthly call. I'd be excited to have you sign on for that and see you for that live call. It is free again. Excuse me. I have some links for Iona's as well. What else? If you're comfortable, you can drop what you find useful in the comments for your self-care, what you're doing for you, for your self-care. I have the Facebook groups you can share in there, or if you're part of the energy healing community on my platform at theenergyhealingschool.com, of course, you can share in there as well. Thank you again for sharing your time and space, whether it's live or replay. I will see you tomorrow for solar plexus chakra and for love. So love and self-care. Take good care. Take care of you. So much love.